The attorney for a man accused of randomly shooting 3 people in Aurora over the summer says his client may not be competent to stand trial. 35-year-old Austin Benson faces an attempted murder charge for the shootings on June 27th. It's similar to a case out of Douglas County back in 2018 when Benson was accused of driving along a rural road and randomly shooting at people. A judge dismissed those charges late last year after several doctors concluded he wasn't competent to stand trial. The mother of one of the 3 people Benson is accused of shooting this year was at yesterday's court hearing. She says the shooting left her daughter paralyzed and she will likely never walk again. She's frustrated by the possibility of a drawn-out legal process.
Angry. Best way I can put it, angry. I know they have legal things that they have to do. I understand that. But something has to change.
Benson's attorney has until December 13th to file a motion requesting a competency evaluation. If the judge grants it, doctors will examine Benson and determine whether he is competent, and if not, whether medication will help him. That process can take months or even years.
The woman accused of killing 2 of her kids will have to wait a little longer to find out if she will be extradited back to Colorado from the UK. In a court hearing yesterday, a judge told Kimberly Singler he expects to rule on her extradition next month on January 24th. Singler's defense says extradition would breach a European law that says you can't extradite where the sentence doesn't allow for parole. Singler can appeal if the judge allows extradition, which could delay the case even more. If the judge thinks the defense has a case, Colorado will most likely get the chance to present a plea deal that doesn't include life without parole. Federal funds that support victim services have been dwindling for years.
Now providers are warning it's hitting a critical point. 9 News reporter Courtney Yoon joins us live in the studio. And Courtney, this could impact services for abused children as well.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning, Jordan and Corey. Sungate Kids is just one provider that receives Victims of Crime Act or VOCA funds. It's a child advocacy center that works mostly with kids who are victims of abuse or who have witnessed a crime. They offer support, therapies, and resources and help kids and their families heal for the long term. Their funding is being cut 27% for 2025, which is about $100,000. Executive Director Diana Goldberg says much of their budget is federal and the cuts have been devastating. Meanwhile, the Colorado Children's Alliance is also being hit by cuts. It supports 19 child advocacy centers around the state. Next year, its funding is being cut 28% or by nearly $1.5 million. Goldberg says they're searching for new funding and will be stretching their resources.
Kids should be guaranteed the right to a safe childhood and one that's free from abuse. And we can't even guarantee them that. So the very least that we can do is guarantee them that if they are hurt, if they are abused, we will provide those services to help them heal.
Voters have already approved a state supply of victim services funding to help out, but providers aren't likely to see that money until 2026 at the earliest. Live in the studio, Courtney Yoon, 9 News.
All right, Courtney, thank you.
Today, officials with the Douglas County School District will hold a virtual meeting to discuss a plan to close and consolidate several of its schools. The district has proposed pairing up 6 elementary schools and closing 3 schools. All of the elementary schools are in Highlands Ranch. Right now, the district doesn't have any plans to consolidate any middle or high schools. The district says it will make a final decision next April and it will become effective for the 2026-2027 school year.
Owning a pit bull is officially legal again in the city of Aurora. Last night, Aurora City Council voted to repeal the 20-year-old ban. The breed was first banned back in 2005, and voters approved keeping that ban in place in 2014. In 2021, Aurora City Council approved removing the restriction from the city ordinance without getting permission from voters. That decision brought on a lawsuit from a resident, and in March, a judge ruled only voters could change the ban. In November, they did just that.
Colorado's superstar skier Michaela Schifrin says it will be at least a few weeks before she is back on the slopes. Schifrin posted an update on social media yesterday after crashing during a grand slalom race in Killington, Vermont over the weekend. The Vail native suffered a deep puncture wound on the right side of her abdomen and severe muscle trauma. The good news, there's no serious bone, ligament, or organ damage. We don't have a set timeline for when she'll come back, but the 29-year-old has bounced back from 2 ski-related injuries in the past. She was back to racing within 2 months both times.
Weather-wise for today, it is mostly dry and also on the warm side. We're going to be up near 60 degrees. That is a little different than what it was 111 years ago today in Denver when we had A 5-day snowstorm. In fact, Denver's biggest snowstorm on record. 45.7 inches of snow fell between December the 1st through the 5th of 1913. This is a photo from the Denver Public Library. There's obviously some kids there. You can just see how big that snow was. Again, that was back on December the 1st through the 5th of 1913. And the reason I'm showing you this is our weather's pretty calm here for today, and the next couple of days will top out near 60 for us in Denver today. So a little different, Erica, than it was, say, 111 years ago.